there are two types of cells, plant cells and the animal cells are there, right? First we are drawing a plant cell. And if you get a plant cell, this outer cover is a cell wall. It is only in the plant cell. That's why I have underlined it with the green color. Okay. Last week we have drawn it, and those who got absent for the last week, I will send the screenshots. Okay. And the video recording also I was unable to send because last week it has got erased due to the memory problem, right? And another thing, the more chloroplast, like there's a green color thing children. For the photosynthesis we are using the chloroplast. That is very important for the plant. There is only in the plant cells we can find the chloroplast there. Inside the chloroplast, the green color dots are there. They are giving the green color to the plants. They are called the children chlorophylls, right? I make it a little larger that again, right? They are called the green color parts are known as the chlorophylls there. So chloroplast, that's children you can understand two membranes are there, a double membrane there. And another part, the most important one in the cell, any cell children, plant cell or animal cell, is the nucleus. Right? As the principle of the school, it controls all the things inside the cell. That is known as the nucleus. There, inside the nucleus, one part called the nucleolus. Nucleolus, right? Another dot there. Some other things are there called known as the chromosomes. That is very important. It is also in the all plant cells and animal cells. The characters of one generation. Going to the next generation to the chromosomes. Okay. Okay, Darju, please. There I am explaining about the cell because last week we have started. Just reminding it. And these are chromosomes. The characters of the parents are transferring to the next generation. They are known as the chromosomes. They are here, right? Right? These are acid threads we can find. It's found in the nucleus. And from the nucleus, children, one tail-like part is coming. Nucleus also has the two membranes, double membranes. This chloroplast is also having the two membranes, double membrane. A tail-like part is coming there. That is called the endoplasmic reticulum. But I have marked this side as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And this side, children, the other side I have marked as the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic. While this side is only endoplasmic reticulum, some dots are there. These dots are known as ribosome, most smallest organelle, very smallest part inside the cell known as the children ribosomes there. Right? Okay, same parts we have done last week, we are discussing still. Okay? The most smallest part in the cell, for the ribosomes we can find in the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay? As the dots we can find. What they are doing, they make the protein. We can tell the function of these very smallest organ as the protein synthesis. Okay, rough endoplasmic reticulum. And the other one, children, we are telling as the very large vacuole. Yeah, it's a ribosome. Large vacuole. Vacuole means, children, it is having some liquids there, color pigments. When you cut the beetroot, the red color pigments are coming from the vacuole. When you cut in the beetroot in water, red color pigments are coming to the vacuole. In the colors of the petals of the flowers, blue, yellow, right, red like or purple like colors are there, different colors of the petals of the flowers. These colors are also inside the vacuoles. A large vacuole we are having in the plants. And the outer membrane or outer cover of the vacuoles are known as the tonoplast. and this free area in the cell is known as the cytoplasm, right? We discussed these things. In the plasma membrane, this is a covering, this is a living margin of the cell. Is the plasma membrane, and it is common to the both plants and the animal cells. And the outer margin only for the plants called the cell wall. It is not living, children, non-living part. The plasma membrane is living. Right. And the Golgi complex, children, they are making the, some liquids like some secretions are there. Right. Sometimes some say plants. They are making some secretions, some liquids like things coming with that. Sometimes some trees, they are saying the gum-like substances coming out from the plant. They are coming from the Golgi complex, right? And mitochondria, there's also two membranes are there. Outer membrane is smooth, inner membrane is very right? This one is for the respiration of the cells. We need this mitochondria. Respiration really happens inside the cell, children, because when we inhale oxygen through the blood, oxygen is coming to the cell, and with our food, glucose is coming to the cell, children. Right? They are coming to the mitochondria. Oxygen coming to the mitochondria. Glucose from the food coming, they are burning inside the mitochondria as the engine, and it gives the energy to our body. We are talking, we are studying. These all the things happen, right? Because with the energy we get there, children, right? It produces. This is called the energy powerhouse of the cell, right? And there's a ribosome. Yeah, ribosomes are everywhere, right? We have discussed that one also. Okay, it's grade 10, and right, I explained these things there because children sometimes they get the electricity power and get the disconnected. To avoid that, because actually I just get some memory solution there. From today, without losing the data, I can save the video. Yeah, and last week I saved that. It did not get saved because of without having enough memory. From morning to evening, I was continuously recording. I got another solution for this. Right, from today, I can schedule the recording correctly. Right? So, plant cells, right? And the little bit differences we can find with the animal cells also. Last picture, have you drawn the animal cell, children? Right, please mark these things and the cell wall highlight, because I have highlighted only what's in the plant cells. The vacuole membrane, because of the vacuole membrane we told as the tonoplast. Okay? And the chloroplast also only in the plant cells. Right? You have the printout there, but due to the paper problem, I am unable to send you that because of the problem there. Right? This one not in our lesson, children. Starch also there. That's only in the plant cells. Large vacuole only in the plant cells. Right? Last one. Right. Please highlight those things. In the another name for the plasma membrane, they have given as a cell membrane. Right? Please highlight these things. Okay. And vacuole membrane, normally we are telling it in our syllabus as the tonoplast. I send this tutorial book to download and get a printout. We will get the animal cell. Right? Then what's that? It is normally we are drawing it in the rounded shape. Plants in little sphere shape, and the we can find the mitochondrion there, right? It's there. And the Golgi apparatus, it is in all, in the plant cell and the animal cell. Nothing to highlight here, right? So these parts in the plant cells also. Yeah. Right. Okay. This and the here mitochondria Golgi complex we can find in the animal cell, plant cell also. Here in the nucleus here, in the middle of the nucleus, nucleolus in the part of the and a tail-like thing coming from the nucleus. That is known as the endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum with the ribosomes. Right? It's called the rough endoplasmic reticulum. In the endoplasmic reticulum, without ribosome, endoplasmic reticulum, no ribosomes. That is known as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Right? Here, this one, no ribosome, smooth. This is rough. Right? And this part actually is not, we are not talking about our syllabus for the advanced level. We are doing centrioles to make this cell into the two, to divide the cell and become this cell into two. We are using it as the called the centrioles. We are using for the cell division. At the end of this lesson, we are discussing even, but we are not talking about the centrioles in our O-level syllabus, right? In the advanced level biology, we are talking about that. Okay, to divide the cell into two, it is important for our syllabus. It's because I have copied it from the I downloaded and copied it from the internet. In that case, just for only our syllabus, we do not find it. Okay, and the microtubules, like some other tubes like things, are there in the cells. It is also not for us, right? Cytoplasm. The ribosomes are there. Cell membrane, right? We need cell membrane is a plasma membrane, and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The Golgi vesicle or the Golgi apparatus. Lysosome. Actually, we are not talking that to destroy the cell. Sometimes if the cell is not working well, because volunteer to get it destroyed itself, as suiciding like that. Right? When the cell it is getting very old like that, it's a lysosome acts and it dissolves the cell. Right? It's a lysosome. Right? Pinocytic vesicle, because actually some parts are there, that means some plasma membrane has moved inwards like that. That's also not to our syllabus children. What we need to the our syllabus children, I underline with the red children, right? Some other parts are, that's why I think I have highlighted that. Okay? Please underline what we need there. Okay? And the Golgi apparatus, nucleus, centrioles, microtubules, the cytoplasm we want, ribosomes we want, cell membrane or the plasma membrane we need. Endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum we want. Golgi apparatus we want. Lysosome, these things we do not want. I will cut it roughly these things. We don't need for the other syllabus. For the O-level we are not talking. Centrioles we are not talking. Microtubules we are not talking. Please get a little rough idea here. And this one, children, we are drawing this diagram. Okay, I will also speak much louder, keeping the microphone very closer to me to hear if there's a hearing problem there, right? Other children, if you get the trouble listening that, Johan, have you get a trouble listening my voice?
No, sir.
No. But Sandika?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can or can't Sandika?
Can.
Right. Okay. I think new child, there may be a little connection problem between the according to different areas and the different devices. It's may happening. Right. However, I speak with the maximum loud I can do, and please check the connection. I sent the recording. Okay. And we have first we are drawing the plasma membrane. Where is that? At the exam you should not draw, but you must know that. Okay? Plasma membrane. Yes, I have marked it there. Yes, plasma membrane. I have marked that. Okay? Then we can draw the nucleus here as a double membrane there. Here, two membranes here. And from one membrane after breaking, tail like it coming. One tail, no ribosome. For the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. They are giving this I told nucleus as the principle of the school. This is the school peer, right? And he is giving the messages of the principle to all. These are messages to the nucleus going to the smooth or rough endoplasmic reticulum. Right? Messages from the cytoplasm, from nucleus to the cytoplasm, messages going to the endoplasmic reticulum. Some endoplasmic reticulums are with the ribosomes only, rough endoplasmic reticulum. Right? Ribosomes are on it. Right? Plasma membrane there, right? Golgi complex to give the secretions. Mitochondria, two membranes are the outer membrane is smooth, inner membrane you can understand little wavy there, right? At the exam you have to understand. And inside the nucleus, chromosomes are there, thread-like things. It gives the characters of the one generation to next generation. Parents' characters are going to their children with this one. Nucleolus for the cell division, making cell into two, it is also important there. Right? And these are ribosomes there. Right? Lots you can find as the ribosomes. How many minutes, children, you want to? And because actually, as the cell first introduced by the Robert Hooke, right? Yeah, this we'll explain that. Because cell, about the name, we are looking at the cells in our body, right? About the cell, when we are telling, the scientists called Robert Hooke, because he observed the very small slice of cork. Cork means, children, because the bottle lid we are using those days for one experiment. For the, I am using that for the grade 8 class. Right? This one, they are children called the cork straw. For the bottle lids, we can use it. He got a very thin slice of this one and observed under a microscope. This for the cork, right? Normally living as the Kirala. That one, he observed it in this manner, children, right? Small chambers like that. The Robert Hooke, he observed it as the small chambers there. And these small chambers they call the cell. Small rooms like that. That's the what he has observed, right? Observing the cork. Yeah. The Robert Hooke, named the scientist who introduced the term cell. The Robert Hooke introduced that. And the later scientists, they have given a theory about the cell, children. Right? the structural and functional unit of the life is the same. The basic structural and the functional unit of the life is the same, because actually this is the smallest structure in the life. That's a smaller part that working is the same. Right? The structural and the functional unit. Right? That means the smallest part with the life, right? And the smallest working part with the life is the same, right? Because these things as said to you right at the exam, right? That's why I have highlighted. Okay, I do not like to learn by heart, but these things I am giving there, right? Because at the exam they are asking to write as same. The structural and the functional unit of the life is the same. All the organisms, right, are made of one or more cells, right? All the organisms are made of one or more cells, right? You can understand, because in our body, children, we are having a large number of cells, billions of cells we are having in our body. Right? But amoeba, like animals, they are having only one cell. All the organisms are made of one or more cells. Some living beings, they are having only one cell. They are called unicellular organisms. We are having a large number of cells. Then we are multicellular organisms. Then all the living beings, all the organisms are made of one or more cells. Okay. The other thing also very important. Let's see 1 second. Right. The other cell, new cells are formed from the pre-existing cells. Actually, new cells are not coming from the space or anywhere. Right. If there's one cell there, later it is dividing and becoming the two cells. They will become the four, like that, increasing the number of cells anywhere, right? Because this one cell children will become sometimes, the evolution you have understand, this become a man children. One cell like that developing a man. This one may develop into another animal like that, changing like that. They are changing and making the new living beings. Earlier, you can understand the grade 9 life started with the one cell. I told the that is known as the primordial soup. The grade 9 with that one cell children, now all the living beings and everything cells we are having are produced. These cells also from the same cell first evolved in the world and in the primordial soup there. Grade 9 we have started. Right? Actually at that time children, one cell evolved in the world. Right? Evolved on the earth. That from that cell today, cells of all the living beings are coming. New cells are formed from the pre-existing cell. Only one cell evolved in the world. That cells dividing and all the living beings, different plants, animal, microorganisms came from that one common cell earlier. Right? Actually, new cells are not formed. New cells are formed from pre-existing cells. That one very important there. The structural and the functional unit of the life is the same. Right? All the organisms are made of one or more cells. New cells are formed from pre-existing cells. Right? Very clearly you have to keep it in your mind. And who are the scientists express the cell theory? Right? Schleiden, Schwann and Virchow. Virchow is a Russian scientist. They are Sweden, and the German scientist, the Virchow, right? They are also from that area, Europe, right? These names also important. Schleiden, Schwann, S-C-H-W-A-N, S-C-H-W-A-N. WA. Sean. Please add these three names: Sheldon, Sean, and Bershaw. These names also they will ask at the exam. Okay. And please mark that I have added 2 minutes for you. To observe the cells in an onion peel. Explain the procedure for observing.
Sir, I send you recordings.
Yes, I am sending the recording. Okay.
Sorry.
I will send you the recording. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Explain the procedure for observing onion peel cells under the light microscope. Okay. Because under the this I am very sorry here today. And because onion, right, red onion, this we can get an onion, right, right. Remove the peel of the onion. We can remove we can peel the onion there, children. Okay. Then later we place into the watch glass of water, small container for the watch glass. It is having the water, children. We can get it. Right, place the onion peel in the watch glass of water. We can tell in that. Okay, with small watch glass we are using. Right. Select the fine onion peel, very thin onion peel as a fine to get it to the microscope slide. With the help of the painting brush, because you can understand onion peel, we are not touching with our hand, children. We have to get the painting brush, okay, or needle we have to get, because if I touch with the fingers, children, it will get damaged. And cover the onion peel with the cover slip for the when we are in the microscope. We keep in the slide and the cover slips. We have to cover it with a very thin glass part there, right? Because actually you have to observe it, right? Next one. Place the slide with the onion peel on the stage of the microscope. In the grade 7, you know, you have done about the microscope. We have placed it on the stage of the microscope and observe it under the low power, because actually to see it clearly, we have to get the low power. Please, this one is printed there. Please mark this part on your diagram, children. How many minutes you want, children? 4 minutes. Down, children, please write it down, right? So if you are not finished, please tell me. Okay? Then we are observing an animal cell, children. Okay? And this is the way how we observe animal cell. Actually, I am showing you the prepared slide. This one also I am showing you. With the microscope, right? How can we get it? Right? Collect the cheek cell to a yogurt spoon. How can we get? We open the mouth and like that with the yogurt spoon we can get the cells from inside the mouth, right? Inside the teeth. Like we are opening and get. Okay. And collect the cheek cell to a yogurt spoon by scratching the inside cheek, right? Inner cheek or inside the cheek. Place it on the microscope slide, then cover it with the cover slip and observe it under the mid power of the microscope. The plant cell I observed with the low power. This is mid power, is animal cells are a little smaller than the plant cells. In that case, better we are using the mid power, right? For the up to our O-level standard, normally we are not using the high power here. That is very clear even at the university like that, we are using the high power there. Right? Please mark the children. How many minutes you want? Right. Animal cell and the plant cell. Right. Animal cell, it does not have a cell, right? Animal cells, or animal cells like that, we get in plant cells, right? It should be S later there because the grammar problem. I'll explain. Animal cells still it does not have a cell wall. Only plant cells they are having the cell wall. Many plant cells are having. Do not have right? Do not have the right. That's a mistake. Do not have chloroplasts. Okay, it does. And their plant cells, they are having the chloroplast. For the photosynthesis, it needs the chloroplast. Right? The green color pigments, chlorophylls are inside the chloroplast. Do not have a large central vacuole. You understand? Plant cells, they are having the large vacuole. Having a large central vacuole, plant cells, they are having. Animal cells, they do not have. Cytoplasm get a large area in the cell. Because actually it's having less thing. The cytoplasm is having a large area. The cytoplasm is limited. That means a cytoplasmic field, right? Jonathan sent a message. Picture. The animal cells, cytoplasm has a large area, and the plant cells, cytoplasm is a small area. Guess that, right? Because it is filled chloroplast, like things there. Starch grains and many things are there in the cytoplasm. The vacuole is large. In that case, cytoplasm has got small in the plant cells. Right? Part by part we will discuss the cell wall there. Right? Found only in the plant cells. See? This cell wall. The green color we have drawn there. That's a cell wall. Cell wall is not a living structure. Right? Non-living structure is a non-living structure. It is not living. Made of polysaccharide. We have studied at the beginning polysaccharide, right? Monosaccharide, disaccharide, like that thing, right? Called the cellulose and the hemicellulose. Some polysaccharide called it is question in children. Cellulose, hemicellulose like substances called polysaccharides. We are using there, right? Polysaccharides like you have to underline and highlight cellulose and it is made of there. Right? Important for the protection because it's a very hard. Plants are much stronger than the animals, right? Right? With a knife, difficult to cut a plant, but we can cut an animal. Right? That is because if you attack with a sword, children, because to our body we will broken into the two children. But plant, we can't do. Only banana like plant we can do, right? But other plants, they are much stronger. Important for the protection, support, and maintain the shape of the cell. Why it is stronger there, right? Even after the death, it keep the shape there. Please write it down, children. I'll add 2 minutes. Tabushi, please listen and understand. Okay, I'll send the recording and the screenshots for you.
Okay.
Recording the screenshot and the tutorial book course. If you like, you write. That's also again. it is much memorizing in your memory. It is much strongly stored there.
I'm writing, sir.
Right, very good. Right. Now I will explain the children plasma membrane, right? Found in both plant cells and the animal cells, right? Because we have to highlight that it is in the both plant cells and the animal cells there. In both plants and cells and the animal cells, we can find the plasma membrane. It's a living structure. The cell wall is non-living, made of protein and phospholipid, right? Because actually it is not, they are asking that some protein and lipids are there. We have studied that it's made of that. It's a living structure, right? We have to underline it's a living. And cell wall is non-living. It controls enter and exist materials of the plant cells, because you can understand to a cell children many things are coming and going, coming and outgoing there. Right? I just get the picture, right? To a plant or animal cell children, right? Many things are coming, right? They are coming. Oxygen is coming into cell. From the cell, carbon dioxide going out, and the water is coming into the cell. Right? Sometimes water is going out from the cell. Right? Some nutrients are coming into the cell. Urea like waste, ammonia like waste materials are coming out from the cell. They controls that incoming and outgoing from the cell. Right? That's the one thing, right? It controls enter and exist of material of the cell. Right? The nucleus is the main part of the cell. The main organelle of the cell is the nucleus. Right? The main organelle of the cell is the nucleus. It controls all the function, everything. That's why I told it as a principle of the school. Controls all the functions of the cell. Having chromatin. Right? Here you can find some trace-like thing here. Another name for that chromosomes called the chromatin, to transmit hereditary information. Hereditary information means children the characteristic features, father's characters, right, and the son's characters, all are same children, right? The chromosomes having chromatin chromosomes, not the two here, right? To transmit hereditary information, right? That means the information of the parents to next generation. Characters they are passing. It's a chromosome or the chromatin. Another name. Normally we are looking at the chromosome in our syllabus. Another name for the chromatin. Human beings are having 46 chromosomes in the nucleus of a cell, right? We are having the 46 chromosomes. It is very important number of chromosomes in our body, 46. Right? It's a very important, they question that. Right? We are having the 46 chromosomes there. Nucleus is a double membrane organ. It is having the two membranes. Right? That is also important. Double membrane. Found in both plants and animal cells. Right? Please write it, children. I will add 5 minutes for you. It's a very important thing. Some equations also there. So important. I raise this equation and write it again. This one mitochondrion, right? Take the time and explain that. This is all the complex simple. Right. Mitochondrion, you can get children, it has a double membrane, right? Organelle. This outer membrane and the other one is I am not drawing it again. We have drawn it early, right? Because at the exam children you have to only to identify it. Okay? There, right? Get this picture somewhere. This one, double membrane, like that. You have to identify this kind. At the exam they are giving a picture like this, children. They are giving a picture like this. That one, double membrane. Here one membrane, inner membrane is wavy, found in the both plants and animals. It is important for the plants and animals, both plants and animal cells. Plant and animal have marked it. Consider as the power plant, right? Power generation. You understand the hydropower stations, coal power station, right? Or the power plant, the power station of the cell. It makes the energy to there. In the power station, children, the burning petrol, it gives the energy. But here, children, was that with the inhale oxygen coming, and there's a glucose coming. Glucose also a fuel. Burning the glucose, it gives the energy. Right? Glucose is produced by the photosynthesis. In that case, glucose is having the energy of the sun. We are talking, we are writing, right? And all the things with the energy of the sun. That's why ancient people, they worship the sun. The sun is the energy source there, power. Mitochondrion generates energy by aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration means children burning the glucose. And there's a very important new term, aerobic respiration. Right? With the glucose, burning glucose in the presence of oxygen, we generate energy. That is known as children aerobic respiration. I will draw again and explain. It's not clear there, right? In the presence of oxygen, children, right? Because with our food, children, we get the oxygen, glucose, right? With our food, we get a glucose there, right? I write that equation, glucose. Glucose, we write the equation C6H12O6. I write here C6H12, right? O6. C6H12O6. H2 like that. C6H12O6. It's a glucose. This you can find. We get into our mitochondrion in the dissolved in the water in our body. Then it's a AQ. And when you are writing the equation, you have to write the physical body. There's a glucose dissolved there, right? So glucose is coming into the mitochondrion. C6H12O6 adds the petrol to the engine, and to burn the petrol, it needs the oxygen. O2. Oxygen is a gas. We write it's within bracket gas, oxygen entering to there. We supply the oxygen. Oxygen also going there. Then, and the motor vehicle is as same as the motor vehicle, the burning of fuel. What does it give, children? Carbon dioxide and the water vapor. What do you exhale, children? Right? Carbon dioxide and the water vapor. Right? You can find carbon dioxide is coming out. Carbon dioxide coming out. And the water vapor coming out. They are coming out. Here we exhale those. They are coming to from the cell. It is coming to the blood. Right? Through the blood, it is coming to the lungs, children. Then with the lungs, children, as the exhale air, we are sending out. Then as like exhale air, carbon dioxide and water vapor, we are sending. That's the exhale air. Right, because they are not producing in the lungs. In each and every cells in our body, they produce the carbon dioxide gas and the water vapor. Right, they are coming. Finally, they are collected to the lungs, and to the lungs we are sending. For the burning of the glucose, oxygen we are taking to the lungs. Like that. Okay. As in the motor vehicle silencer, we are sending the carbon dioxide and the water vapor. Same thing, children. Carbon dioxide, it's a gas. We carefully understand, and this equation each and every year coming there. And the water vapor is H2O plus energy. That energy we are using to walk, talk, run, and everything we are using this energy. Right? This energy we are. But you can understand this is the reverse reaction of the photosynthesis, children. Right? That's the reverse reaction of the photosynthesis. What that? Plant leaf get the carbon dioxide and the water vapor. And the food they produce glucose and the byproduct oxygen is going out. They get the sunlight here. Yes. This light energy, children, coming to our body as the glucose, children. Then light energy is converted to the, now I am speaking sound energy. When I am running, that is called the kinetic energy. Right? And for the different energy. To work my heart, I generate the electrical energy also inside my body. Right, that's the thing. Water is also going as a water vapor is a gas. To balance that, children, this photosynthesis reaction and the aerobic respiration, both same, children. Photosynthesis to this side, respiration to the other side. Right? Because the glucose is having the 6 carbon, except the glucose, children, all other we multiply by the 6. Water we multiply by the 6. Carbon dioxide we multiply by the 6. Oxygen we multiply by the 6. In that case it is balanced, children, right? 6 carbon. Here how many carbon? Here 6. Hydrogen 12. 6 into 2, 12. Oxygen 6. 6 into 2, 12. 12 plus 6, 18. 6 oxygen. And 12 oxygen here. 6 oxygen and 6 oxygen here. Right? 12 plus 6, 18. This balance. So, how many minutes I will give? 4 minutes to write. It's a very important equation, children. And highlight and do it. That's the special part that I had to explain to you. All other parts are easy. Right, the Golgi complex we are giving, and there's a picture here. Right? There's a Golgi complex. Nothing to there, only the shape you can identify. Earlier I have shown it as this, children. The Golgi comes here like that. You can identify it. Okay? I think that's enough to identify the Golgi complex like this. And the exam is coming that manner. It's a Golgi complex, right? Single membrane organelle, only one membrane there. Production of secretory substances, storing them and secretion. You can understand, I told in some plants make the gum-like thing, right? That's the they are making that gum-like thing. That is the part of the Golgi complex here. They are making the secretions. Only that they have not much identified that. And the next one, children, we can tell the ribosome, the smallest organelle. I have marked that as the very smallest organelle is in the cell known as the ribosome. Right? Those days there was a boy, smallest boy in our class, he was known as the ribosome. He get very angry just telling the ribosome. The smallest organelle, right, in the cell is known as the ribosome. The main function is the protein synthesis. Very important, please highlight. The main function is the protein synthesis. It makes the protein, but do not have membranes. That's the thing, right? The ribosome does not have a membrane even. Only just a chemical-like thing there, right? That does not have a membrane. All other have a single membrane, double membrane, like the. That's the do not have a membrane. That's also much important, right? Ribosome does not have membranes, because only with the electron microscope, children, we can observe it. Can be observed only under the electron microscope. Otherwise, we can't see. There's a molecule, children, like thing, right? Can be observed only under the electron microscope, right? It's a structure in the cell we can identify only under the electron microscope. Right. Okay. I'll add how many minutes? 2 minutes, children. Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Right. Please write it down here. Right. Right. About the endoplasmic reticulum, we can find it in all plants and the animal cells. This transmits messages from nucleus to the different part of the cell. I just told as a principal's messenger, as a peon of the school, they are sending the messages there, right? It's a double membrane organelle. It's a double membrane organelle. And if you having the two kind of the endoplasmic reticulum, I explained earlier, rough endoplasmic reticulum. This having the ribosomes on it. Rough endoplasmic reticulum having the ribosomes on it. And the main function, it transporting protein from the nucleus. They are sending the protein, the messages, right, from the principal, right? Rough endoplasmic reticulum. The other one, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, not having the ribosomes, right? No ribosomes. The production of the lipid and the steroids and the lipid means, children, you can understand lipids. You can have the oil and fats, they are called the lipids. And the steroids means, children, sometimes, children, you can understand something giving the nerve stimulant sometimes. You can understand some narcotics, like in the they are having in the some plants, they are called steroids there. You can understand cannabis, the ganja, right? Like those things, the heroin, they are steroids, like things there, children, right? They are produced there, production of the lipids and the steroids and transporting them, right? Not having the for our one this transport proteins they are having the ribosomes on the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay? So double membrane organelle, right? Please write it down till 2 minutes. Enough, no? Next part is the vacuole. In the plant cell, we can find it there mainly. Right? Large vacuoles are there. You will read it. Vacuole is a single membrane organelle. It was a single membrane there. Right? A large central vacuole is found in the plant cells. Right? Because the membrane of the vacuole is known as the tonoplast. Earlier also I explained that. The liquid in the vacuole is known as the cell sap. I told that the colors, when you cut in the beetroot, that red color cell sap is coming. In the petals of the flowers, different color cell sap is coming. And this is a liquid, it is called the cell sap, that contains color pigment soluble in water. That's why when you are cutting the plant, beetroot like plants, it's coming those things. Example, flower petals, beetroot. These colors are sensitive to acid and the base. To identify the acid and base, the grade 7 you remember, right? That is with the petals we check the acid and base. Petals also turns into blue and red colors there with the acids and bases. Grade 7 we have done that experiment. Right? Animals may have few small vacuoles. Right? There. Please write here how many minutes you want. 3 minutes. We have to finish it up today. Right. While you are drawing, I will just let some part. It's a tonoplast and the cell sap. Membrane of the vacuole called the tonoplast. And that is called the cell sap, the liquid in there. Right, this is the called the chloroplast we are talking, right? Only in the plant cells. So double membrane organelle here we have drawn. For the photosynthesis we need it. Important for the photosynthesis in the plant, chloroplast, a double membrane. Right. Chlorophylls can trap the sunlight. Here inside the chloroplast, chlorophylls. So they are give the green color to the plant. This is chloroplast there. Inside the chloroplast, we are having the chlorophylls there. Okay? We are having the chlorophylls there. Sunlight is caught by these chlorophylls. Trap the sunlight within the chlorophylls. Chlorophylls are green color pigments, not soluble in water. You can understand chlorophyll is green but not coming. When you are cutting the beetroot, that they are from the vacuole. That red color soluble in water. That's why water get red. But if you are cutting the green leaves, water will not get the green in color. Why? These chlorophyll, they are not soluble in water, not dissolving in water. Our equation for there's a photosynthesis. As same as the respiration, we have drawn that. What's the need, children? Because every year it is coming for the O-level exam. Right? I write the equation. Carbon dioxide we need. It's a gas, so CO2. It's a gas. And water we get from the soil. Water we get from the soil, right? And we get sunlight and the chlorophyll, right? We need that. That is still a grade 10 class they are, grade 9 children please wait, okay? This is sunlight we get. And the green color pigments chlorophyll. With that children, they produce the glucose. C6 H2O6. When you are doing the hurry children, I didn't write the water as the later children, right? Here, write the water as the H2O. Right, there's H2O, right? And that's the byproducts. Oxygen gas is going out. Water is a liquid. Okay. This is dissolved in water. We write as the AQ. Oxygen also a gas. Same thing, the respiration to the other side. Oxygen and the glucose, they are giving the water vapor and the carbon dioxide in the respiration. Same thing, to balance children, except the glucose, I told you, we multiply with the 6. There's a glucose and the 6. This one we multiply by the 6. Water we multiply by the 6. Carbon dioxide we multiply by the 6. Okay? And this one, next one called the lysosome children, another organelle there. I told to destroy the cell. Lysosomes is a structure found in the cells that is important to destroy the cell. When aging, when it is getting old, it is automatically dying children. That's why. Or when the cell is not functioning, the cell is not working well, it get destroyed children. Right? For that, they are using it. Okay, right.